Hey y'all, it is me. I am getting ready to head back to Miami. Welcome to Miami. I am looking forward to it because it is cold here in Paris. And I have taken French B premium, which is like almost first class, but not really. So we shall see how it goes. Yeah. Premium life. Look at all these regular people. Premium life. Hello, welcome back to another episode of Later on the Go. This is a traveling episode, and I am returning to Miami from Paris, France. Okay, it is around January 5th, 2026. I know I owe a lot of ship cruise episodes, but I wanted to show you guys this airline French B that I took for the very first time as I returned back to Miami. So I booked a premium seat because it gave me a lot more room, and also it just gave me a chance to feel like I'm in first class without really being in first class. So this is me going through the dedicated section for the premium seaters. You do not go in the lanes of the regular economy or other class. You only have your own little path, which I was like, oh my, this is great because I always see everybody when they call the priority and all these other people. I always have to wait until they call group D. So now I got to be in my own little section. Isn't that cool? After getting our seats, they walked by and brought us champagne or wine. And they brought us our little goodie bags. I don't know what this is actually called. I know I've seen it in different airlines, of course. So I was so happy to get this little baggie. I will show you what's inside, but it was really nice that they brought this over to us. Made you feel like you are definitely in first class. Of course, you had your blanket, you had your pillow, and the chairs were definitely more comfortable. You can lean back a lot. I was very surprised by that. And a good leg room. So it is definitely an option to upgrade even if you did not buy the premium initially. There may be some seats available for premium the day you're actually traveling. But keep in mind, the seating is 232 in about maybe 6 rows. So that's not really a lot of seats. So if this price is only a small difference, like $100 more, I think it's definitely worth it. Now, when you get that hot towel, that means you are about to eat, okay? So after I actually did not get a glass of wine, the lady next to me had 3 of them before I even sat down. So it is time to eat. All right, here's our meal. We have a chicken of some kind with mashed potatoes, which was good. This salmon tartare, not really because it was cooked. It was really good, but I didn't realize the chip was there, so I should have ate it with the chip. And of course, they had a really delicious dessert. Now, I've had enough bread in France, so I really shouldn't have, but they have to give you bread. Everything was delicious on the plate overall. I was very pleased with it. And of course, they bring out your drinks as well. So I had ginger ale with a little lemon. They put lemon in my drink, which was fine. I'm not a fan of drinking alcohol on the flights, and a lot of the Paris or France flights I've taken the last few times, they do offer champagne or wine. When I'm on Air France and some other SAS and TAP. But you know what? I don't like being dehydrated up in the air so much. So I like to just stick to a ginger ale or a Sprite. I know, but it's okay. Here's the restroom from the premium seats. You have your dedicated bathrooms, but it wasn't as spacious as I would have thought or nice. So it's okay. Yeah, I'm one of those people that is not sitting by the window but want to take a window picture. But I don't like sitting at the edge, especially for a 9 hour flight. I need to have be able to get up as much as possible. Because I was one of the last people to leave the plane, I took a picture of how it looks. You see how there's like three section. The premium seaters have their own door, their own entrance. You don't even know what's going on back there. I enjoyed this flight. It was wonderful. It definitely gave you a feel of a little bit of first class. French B is considered a budget airlines in France, but it will get you to from LA, Newark, Miami, nonstop into Orly, Paris, and the price is fairly cheaper compared to a lot of the other airlines, and you do not have a layover. So that is, to me, is a big plus. What's the point of getting on a plane, going for 6 hours, and then having a layover for 3 hours just to go back on the plane again for another 4 more hours? So just take it, just suck it up, and just get to your destination very fast. My flight, since it was a one way trip, I booked for January because I had to come back to Miami to go back to my medical treatments. So I paid about like 600, but I did have the option for 2 bags. So I checked in my carry-on just to make it easier. And also in Orly, they have a dedicated areas, of course, for people to travel from at the Orly airport. Now, when you are coming from Miami, they do have their own separate line as well. And because you're in a premium, you do not have to check in your bags as early as everybody else. If you look at your reservation, I recall if you have a regular seat like economy blue, you are having to come at like a little bit like close to 4 hours. But if you're in premium, you do not have to. And of course, the seats are the line is definitely shorter because there's not that much seats. So was perfectly fine with the flight. It did not make the actual travel was not a big issue. Anytime you're flying midday, the flights is going to be a little bit more rocky than if you did overnight because the clouds would have already settled. So that is something to know. I like to book night flights because, of course, you give you your food and then you just try to sleep as much as possible. So I give this airline, for the price, absolutely. For a one-way last minute in early January where it's still a holiday season, I give it the price definitely an A. The food was definitely an A because it is French food. So it's, French airline. So it is going to be French food. And the seats were comfortable. When I was in Air France, the seat was not comfortable this one time. So that was why I needed to make sure I get a bigger seat or the option for a wider seat because I figured all French airlines are probably going to be the same. Everything else, the only thing that I would say was not like all for me would be the restroom. I was just surprised that it wasn't as up kept the way that it should be for a premium seat. But other than that, it was perfectly fine. Will I fly French B again? You damn tootin' I am. I'm actually going to be going out there soon. All right. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions about French B, let me know. As I said, you can upgrade or you can book the economy and add the additional features. Again, it's a budget airline, so you're going to be paying for every little thing. But if you find just the package, knowing that just pick the premium if you know you're going to want a meal rather than doing things individually. The economy blue, you can pick smart economy or some other level, and you can add on these additional features. But if you just want to go get everything and pay for it, just be done with it, feel free to do it through the premium seat. But sometimes the economy might have a good price, so whatever's in your budget is what you go by. I hope you enjoy your flight. And of course, as you know, I am a travel advisor. Any travel questions or just looking to travel to France, let me know because I'm always there. Thanks for watching.